It's fall, y'all, and that means it's time for the bucks to be removed from the girls and put in their own pen. This is the first step in preparing for artificial insemination and breeding season. But before the guys can be dropped in the same pen, we need to take some safety measures. We have 2 yearling bucks that need to be removed from the herd and released into the buck pen. Yearling fallow deer grow spike antlers that are very sharp and pointy, which is needed in the wild, but not so much in our pasture. So we are taking the opportunity today to sedate them, remove their antlers, and move them over to pen number 1. We choose to cut off their antlers to help reduce the risk of injury among our bucks. We take the safety of our deer very seriously. We place face masks on the deer even when they are sedated to help reduce light stimulation and stress. It's also helpful to keep debris from falling in their eyes when we're cutting off their antlers. Antler removal isn't the only way we attempt to regulate the safety of our bucks. First and foremost, all of our bucks were in pens beside each other so that they are familiar with one another. This is an important factor that helps reduce some of the hierarchy struggles once they are in the same pen. We know that the rut, also known as breeding season, is a high testosterone time for our guys, so we do everything we can to keep them safe and calm. When we remove their antlers, we make sure to cut them just above the pedicle. This will still leave a hard nub on the top of their head, but it's a lot less dangerous than their pointy antlers. Another precaution we employ is adding magnesium to their feed. This supplement is known to help reduce stress and keep deer calmer. We will also monitor the pen several times a day to make sure everyone is getting along all right, as they figure out who the boss is. After a couple of days, they should have everything sorted out. Brendan thought it would be best to let the sedated bucks wake up in the shade cloth pen and wander out into the buck pen when they were ready. This gave them about 5 or 10 extra minutes to find their bearings. We have heard horror stories of how other bucks can mess with weaker or sluggish bucks, and we wanted to help reduce the chances of harm. Both of our yearlings woke up well and found their way out of the shade cloth pen just fine. Fallow deer grow a new set of antlers every year, not to be confused with animals that grow horns, which are permanent structures. Only the fallow males grow antlers. The antler growth starts at the pedicle, 2 points at the top of their skull, starting in the springtime. As the antlers grow, they are covered in velvet, a soft, hairy skin. The velvet contains nerves and blood vessels essential to the antler bone growth. Once the antlers are fully grown, the velvet sheds off due to a hormonal shift, revealing the hardened antlers. This happens in the late summer. This is the point in time that some deer farmers choose to cut off antlers, like we are today. The antlers, or buttons if the antlers were cut off, shed naturally the next spring, just in time for the process to repeat itself again.